Heading out to La Jolla for a little photo expedition. I love flying out of this small regional airport instead of going down to SeaTac. I'll be flying through SeaTac, but it's nice jumping on a plane. You can see the crowds here. In fact, the airline folks aren't even here yet. So the TSA pre-check that we have is great, but not going to save us a lot of time here because it doesn't take any time as it is. So on from the snow to some warm weather and some beautiful sunrise and sunset shoots. It's close to 60 this morning, and this is November 4th or 5th?
November 5th is,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, San Diego, it's, you know, sunny and 70 pretty much year round.
Gorgeous morning in La Jolla, meeting Scott and getting a little local knowledge here of a great place to shoot. Scott Davenport, nice to meet you.
Ron Paulk, good to meet you too.
So I found you online with a piece of software that I use for my photography editing. And then I looked up your name and found you on YouTube, and I've watched every one of your videos since then.
Well, all right, so you got to see the progression of man, so to speak, if you watch some of those early videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do, landscape photography is my thing, especially the ocean. You know, so we're here in La Jolla, California, one of my favorite spots. And I do a lot of work with On One, both for them and just, you know, for my own audience. It's a piece of software that touches nearly every one of my photographs. And so I like to show, you know, through YouTube how to connect what you do out at a location with what you do back at your computer in your digital darkroom. I see photography really as 50-50 with field time versus computer time, you know, processing time or cataloging time. All things being equal, we want to be out with our cameras, you know, at beautiful places like the ocean, experiencing not just the joy of photography, but just life and the world. There is an aspect that is the digital darkroom, right? It used to be in the film days, you'd go spend your time in a dark closet with a red lamp and go work on your film. So we can't necessarily get away from that. We can make it a little easier, we can make it a little more enjoyable, and we can make it a little more fun. So if you are going to be spending a fair amount of your time in front of a machine, you want to find a set of tools that you like using and let your creativity go a little bit wild. And I think that's one of the nice things about digital photography is, even though we are spending a significant amount of time in front of a computer, you can take the same image and make it 5 different things, 10 different things, or take a portion of that image and make it its own photo in and of itself. You can craft a look for, you know, a shoot. Like, you shot this area in the morning, and there's a certain look that you want. You tailor that, and then you then lay it down across all of your photos from that morning. And from there, pick the one you really like the best, and that might be the one that you take that extra mile and do the intricate retouching, or you're really paying attention to dodging and burning, or maybe you're just happy with it and you're done. I mean, my philosophy on that is it ultimately is your art, and you take it as far as you want, and once you're happy with the result, great, you've got a great photo, and you move on to your next project.
So the goal is it makes you as the photographer, as the artist, what makes you happy, what you enjoy. That's how you should process your photos to that point where you like it.
I think that's true for the processing of it, for the taking of the photos. You can have as much gear or as little gear as you like. In every workshop that I teach, one of the first things I tell all the students is the Bruce Lee quote, which is adapt what's useful, reject what's useless, and add what's specifically your own. And I really take that to heart. So when you're out doing whatever it is you're doing with photography, some things you'll hear from teachers will resonate with you, some things won't, and then along the way you'll have had these experiences with either shooting yourself, shooting with others, and then you start to develop your own style, and all of that becomes, you know, uniquely you.
So Scott, you mentioned workshops, that you lead workshops. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So the workshops I do, as I mentioned about, you know, having half of the photography experience being taking the photo and half of it building it into, you know, with processing to a final image. That's how I approach the workshops. So most of them I do in San Diego, and we're in one of the places that I take students in to these workshops. But I'll do workshops in various places: Oregon, Death Valley, San Diego, you know, wherever there's really good landscapes to be had. And so the The point of it is to broaden your photography experience. Some folks join because, let's say, they're new to seascape photography and they want to understand, how do I use filters to get certain types of looks or drag on the water. Some people come because they want to improve their post-processing skills. Some people are very advanced photographers and they just want someone with local knowledge that can say, take me to a cool place, get me there. I know what to do. I know what I want. I just need to know. I need the access. I need the knowledge. So I get a variety of types of folks on there, but we spend usually between 3 and 5 days, living and breathing photography and lots of hands-on instruction. I mean, my camera stays in the bag for most of the workshop because I'm running around like the nervous, mother hen, making sure all the students are happy and getting what they need.
I would guess that one of the goals of all of your students would, and maybe your goal for them would be that each of them would get 1 or 2 portfolio shots.
Exactly. Yeah. It's I have like maybe 2 or 3 big rules. One of them is nobody gets hurt. The second is everyone has fun, and the third is you leave with at least 1 keeper shot that you're very happy with.
Scott, I appreciate the time that you have spent with me here this morning, just telling me about what you do. I certainly feel excited that I found you online, but more than that, I want to thank you for meeting me here this morning at 5:30 when it's dark, taking me to one of your top secret places that nobody else knows about, and showing me where to shoot. I know that in my camera, I got some photos that I'm anxious to get back and process it. I'm going to use one of your techniques that I saw in one of your videos earlier about doing a little compositing. I got some goods where the waves are coming across the rocks, but one rock more than another, and so I'm going to do a little blending of those. Take one of your tips and get my keeper image.
Excellent. I had a lot of fun too. I'm glad you liked the spot. It is one of my favorites, and that technique you're talking about, I think, is going to serve you really, really well. So I look forward to seeing your final image.
I'll put it up. Maybe I'll include it in this video.
That'd be great.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Thanks so much.
Have
Ron.
a great day.
Appreciate it.